I'm Commander Michael Amati, the group lead for the DC headquarters group of the United States Public Health Service Music Ensemble. Today is 18 July 2015. We are pleased to be here for our 5th annual performance of the Summer Concert Series at the World War II Memorial. We're getting set up here now. As you can see, the band and the choir is getting set up. We have very special guests that are going to be joining us today. World War II veterans from the Honor Flight, San Antonio, Texas, will be joining us today, specifically to help celebrate this event. We look forward to you all joining us and helping sing along and be able to honor our veterans. Thank you.
Hi, we welcome you to the USPHS Music Ensemble World War II concert, July 18th, 2015.
Gather your items. We're going to be at the Atlantic right there and hover down until this weather passes. Once we determine that it's safe to come back out, we will do that and resume our performance. Okay? So for now, gather all your items that you need to take out, hover over at the Atlantic at the moment, and then we will... It just runs through there.
Welcome to the great Washington, D.C. We welcome you who came far away from Texas. We have a special treat to start off and give it away. Trumpets!
Deep in the heart of Texas,
the prairie sky is wide and high.
Deep in the heart of Texas,
the sage in bloom is like perfume.
Deep in the heart of Texas,
reminds me of the one I love.
Deep in the heart of Texas, deep in the heart of Texas.
Will be down in the World War II Memorial to your right, and please feel free to take pictures after you.
Good morning. My name is Jim Currie. I'm a retired Army colonel, and I'm the Executive Director of the Commissioned Officers Association of the U.S. Public Health Service, the group that's supporting you today. We want to honor you, and we want to thank you for your service. My dad was a World War II veteran. He was 19 years old. He was in an Army National Guard unit in Mississippi, and his unit got called to active duty in 1940. He was a tuba player in the National Guard Division Band. War was raging in Europe, and he thought, I'm not going to go through this war as a tuba player. So he said, what can I do? I know, I'll become a pilot. So he went to Marfa, Texas, and went through flight school and started out in Stearman biplanes and eventually wound up being a B-17 pilot. He was flying out of North Italy in 1944 on a raid against the oil fields and refineries in Ploiești, Romania. They dropped their bombs and they were coming back, and a German fighter plane jumped them and shot him up, and the plane was going to go down. He and his entire 11-man crew bailed out of the aircraft successfully. He was the last one out, and he told the story later, and reluctantly, because like I'm sure a lot of you, he didn't talk a lot about some of his experiences. As he was floating down under his parachute, the German fighter plane came circling around him, and he thought, I'm dead. The guy's going to shoot me out of the air. Well, he didn't. He said we got close enough we could actually look each other in the eye. And the German fighter pilot gave him a salute and flew off. And he landed in a plowed field outside of Bucharest, Romania. And a bunch of Romanian peasants came at him with pitchforks. And they were going to execute him because they thought he was Russian. But fortunately, he'd studied French in high school, and Romania is a Romance language. He convinced them he was American, and they thought that was okay. So they turned him over to the authorities. He and his entire 11-man crew spent 6 months in prison camp in Bucharest. When Romania flipped sides in the war in 1944, they flew in a bunch of airplanes and took him out, and that was the end of the war for him and his crew. But that was the formative experience of his life, just like I know it was for probably a lot of you. And we honor him, and we honor you. You are, as Tom Brokaw said, the greatest generation, and we thank you for your service. going to do a medley of service songs now. And as you hear your service called, we ask you to wave, stand up if you want to, if you can. Otherwise, acknowledge your service that you spent so much wonderful time in. At the end of the service medley, we're going to ask you to join us in singing God Bless America. United States Marine Corps. United States Navy. Administration, NOAA. And the United States Public Health Service. to our World War II veterans. We honor you. We applaud you. We're so glad that we were able to combine our concert this morning with your appearance here at the World War II Memorial. This was done for you and your colleagues and your comrades. We really are so glad to see you here. Thank you so much. I want to acknowledge a couple of very important people in the group here today. Senator Bob Dole is here. I don't know exactly where Senator Dole is, but as you know, he was instrumental in having this memorial constructed. And there's a plaque to him out there in front. You may have seen that. Senator Dole was one of those wonderful World War II veterans who served in the United States Congress, in the House and the Senate, and we honor him for that. From our own Public Health Service, Rear Admiral Pam Schweitzer is here this morning. Admiral Schweitzer, we're so glad you could come today. Thank you all so very much. World War II veterans, thank you all.
Thank you very much, Mr.
The musicians of the USPHS Ensemble are all volunteers. These officers hold full-time positions in the... Well, there it goes, back again. Scared it. These officers hold full-time positions in the U.S. Public Health Service, serving as nurses, physicians, pharmacists, scientists, engineers, IT specialists, psychologists, dentists, and in numerous other career fields that protect and promote the public health of our nation. They work in various government agencies, such as the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the Food and Drug Administration, the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, the National Institutes of Health, the Bureau of Prisons, and the United States Department of Agriculture. Other officers are detailed to the Department of Defense, providing greatly needed mental health services to our nation's warriors and our sister services. Now we're going to hear some music from the World War II era performed by the United States Public Health Service Music Ensemble. You'll be listening to Home Front, All Aboard, Someone to Watch Over Me, and Midway March.
When you hear the whistle blowing into the war,
few selections were chosen to honor our comrades in all of the nation's armed and uniformed services who selflessly serve our country. Many of the performers here today had parents and grandparents who served in World War II. In fact, the conductor of the band, Lieutenant Commander John Watts IV, just lost his grandfather, a World War II veteran, a few short weeks ago. The next selection, entitled Band of Brothers, is dedicated to Commander Watts' grandfather, Private Boston Horace Dixon, who served in the United States Army from 1944 to 1945. Then the choir will perform Bring Him Home, and the band will perform When Johnny Comes Marching Home, in honor of all our veterans who made it home, and especially to honor those who didn't. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, the United States Public Health Service Music Ensemble. simply terrific. Thank you to the instrumentalists and vocalists as part of our group. Today we have performers here from various duty stations across this beautiful country of ours. These musicians volunteer their time to attend rehearsals outside of working hours and often pay their own travel expenses to attend events like this. Many of them funded their own trip to the nation's capital today to be a part of this concert. I'd like to have the officers please stand when I announce your duty station. Butner, North Carolina. Philadelphia and State College, Pennsylvania. Atlanta, Georgia. And our local folks from the Washington, D.C. metro area. As you can imagine, your support and attendance means a great deal to these volunteer performers, so thank you so much for being here today. The ensemble will now perform their final selections, 2 patriotic pieces that are sure to entertain you, an American tribute, and Let Freedom Ring! enjoy today's concert, which is the 5th one that the Public Health Service Ensemble has done here at the World War II Memorial in the National Mall. If you want to know more about the Public Health Service, Google it, just like you can find everything else on the internet through Google. It's a small service, only 6,700 active duty officers, but it does great things for our country in the field of public health. concert today. Thank you all for coming. We hope you enjoyed it. And remember that there are 7 uniformed services, and one of them is the United States Public Health Service. Thank you so much.
My name is Chauvin. I'm from Louisiana, and I enlisted in the Army in 1951. And a friend of mine and I enlisted together, and he got killed in Korea. I also had a brother who was in the Second World War, who was in Omaha Beach in the Third Wave. And he survived until he got to St. Louis. And at that point, you know, he got injured and he had to come home and stay in the hospital for 2 years after the war.
What a special event today that we were able to participate and sing along and join the choral and our ensemble, being able to play all these patriotic music. After the first year I came, I was so moved by it, and being in this environment with World War II veterans and all the people that have served, it's actually very, very inspirational, and I won't miss another year.
Everybody, thanks for coming out. Hope you can come next year for our concert again.
It was a pleasure being here to serve with the veterans. I really do enjoy this moment.
We had a wonderful time, and luckily the weather held up, and we hope to do this again next year.
One of the greatest joys in the world is to be able to be part of history making, so come join us.
Hi, Lieutenant Commander Trinidad, and we just performed at the World War II Memorial for our summer concert series. I had a blast. You should definitely come and see it next year. You want to try it again?